This is Cromar with TGN, welcoming you to another World of Warcraft Cataclysm video, and this is a follow-up to the DPS rundown episode about the combat rogues. This is about the combat rogues, and what we're going to do is take a look at the changes that have occurred since that video was made some time ago. It was one of the earliest videos I did in the DPS rundown series, and since then, rogues have had a buff patch. Matter of fact, they even announced it at Blizzcon. So let's see what they actually did. Well, unfortunately, not much. The main thing that was wrong with combat rogues, the number one thing is its main Gauche, which is horrible, and they really did nothing to it. They changed the base percentage from 10 to 16%, and they upgraded the per point from, what was it, like 1.25% before, I think, if memory serves, so it's up to 2%. I can't remember exactly, but I think that's what it was. So they buffed that, and then I think there were some slight buffs up here, but they were basically just some passives, and it wasn't anywhere nearly enough. Matter of fact, at BlizzCon, they said they were going to quadruple it. Well, they didn't. They did not quadruple it. They increased it by the proc chance by like 50%. That sounds like a lot, and it normally would be, but it was such a broken mastery. Easily the worst mastery in the entire game right now. Seriously, I can't think of one that's worse. Then I would say that this is just absolute crap. So absolute crap times about 1.5 is just absolute crap still. So forget it. Main Gauche is awful. Gear away for mastery. As far as talents, they did buff aggression, and that's good. I mean, Eviscerate is a big part of your damage, so that's going to give you a nice little damage increase. And they buffed Bandit's Guile significantly. They actually doubled it. And that's pretty awesome, but of course it does kind of like cycle up and down, so it's not up all the time, but it's still good. I mean, it's a passive, kind of a weird passive DPS boost, and I'm certainly not ragging on it. It's definitely a boost, and it's definitely good, but it's just not enough, so we're going to see that it's still a little disappointing. For glyphs, I want to show you one exciting change. No, my glyph isn't blank all the time. I'm just trying to show you something. They upgraded, where is it? Slice and Dice. The glyph of Slice and Dice used to be increased duration by 3 seconds, now it's 6 seconds, but it's also multiplicative with the talent Improve Slice and Dice, increases the duration of Slice and Dice, blah, blah, blah. So, right now, duration 32 seconds. Come on. There we go. We'll put it on. And let's see what we have. Duration, 41 seconds. So as you see, it actually gives you 9 duration as a combat rogue, or anyone who has this talent. So yeah, this is actually a very good glyph now, and this does give you, this is just a straight DPS increase. By increasing the duration by 9 seconds, it means you get an extra time to do eviscerates, and that'll increase your damage by a bit. Now the glyphs that are in competition with it now, the Rupture one, Rupture is still terrible, and you shouldn't use it at all. They have not changed it, so forget about Rupture. Matter of fact, with the buff to, they even made eviscerate stronger because of the buff to aggression I mentioned a minute ago. So that makes Rupture even worse by comparison. And then Revealing Strike, this is the big one. Killing Spree, which is, yeah, maybe, but not really. And then Adrenaline Rush, which is a really good one. Since your Adrenaline Rush has a very short downtime now, it gets, thanks to Restless Blades, it comes up very quickly. And this actually is a pretty large increase to the uptime. And of course, while it's up, it's insanely powerful. So, this is still quite a good glyph, but ultimately I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with Revealing Strike, and that's because, well, because of the buff to Eviscerate largely, because a buff to Revealing Strike is a buff to Eviscerate because you use it before every Eviscerate. So we're going to go with that now for this test. We'll see how that works out. And we're going to see what kind of increase we have over the DPS test before, which was pretty sad. It was sub 6k. Anything sub 6k is totally unworkable in 333 gear unless it has some insane scaling or something like that. The average for these videos is about 7-ish, 7k-ish, and the rogue was underperforming with all specs, but they've all been buffed. So hopefully these do a little bit better in combat, but let's see how combat does. Now, a lot of people have argued that you should open with Garrote. Unfortunately, well, I'm not going to waste your time here, but if you just do it side by side, Garrote is like a couple hundred damage more than Ambush, but Ambush gives you an extra combo point. So other than aggro issues, there's no reason to use Garrote, and you don't get any bonus from bleeds or anything like that. So no, Garrote's not that great, but I do like the silence. So obviously it's very useful in any situation where you can silence the person. But if it's other than the silence, it's just straight DPS. Ambush is better for the combo point. I did debate whether or not I was going to use Killing Spree in this test, and I was looking at all the different raid encounters and how many of them you can actually use Killing Spree. Some of them are so bugged you can't use it, it just makes you instantly die or bug out and fall through the world. Some encounters, there's parts where it'll cause you to attack the wrong mob and you'll wipe the raid, but there's the majority of them seem to work. And I did do a test to see if Killing Spree is breaking CC right now, and it appears to not be. I did like 5 Killing Sprees to different mobs that had sapped and whatnot, and it wasn't hitting the sap mobs, so it seems okay. But we don't raid in our regular raid with a rogue, mainly because they suck so bad and nobody wants to make a rogue pre-made, but also just because we just don't happen to have one that plays a rogue in live in our guild. So we didn't have anybody to actually use Killing Spree frequently in our raids. It's just mainly going by what I've heard, what I've read about other instances of people trying to use Killing Spree and causing wipes and stuff, and also some mechanics where you can tell, well, obviously if you attack the wrong boss, it'll cause a raid wipe. So and that's what Killing Spree does best, attack the wrong boss. But for CC it seems to be working fine, so I decided to go ahead and use it, and you can use it in most encounters. Okay, that's it, and 6285 was the number as I finished. Let's look at the breakdown real quick here before Recount gets it more screwed up. 6285. We've got melee being way too high. I know that combat is special and that it's going to have more by damage than other specs, but this is something that Blizzard is trying to get away from, having melee damage be so high on the meter, but that's just the way it is. Eviscerate much higher than before because of the various buffs and the fact that I was using Glyph of Revealing Strike. And this I did test this with the other glyph, the other good-looking glyph. What was it? I completely forgot. Glyph of Slice and Dice, and it was a slight loss compared to this one. So this is Revealing Strike, clearly the best glyph at this point. For your poisons, they did the same as before. I think they maybe slightly more. I'm not sure. About the same. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head. Main Gauche was complete ass. It's the worst mastery in the game. Just ignore it. Killing Spree. Main reason I like Killing Spree is it keeps your damage going while regenerating lots and lots and lots of energy. It's really cool for that. It's just kind of like almost a free energy bar whenever you want it. So I do like Killing Spree. Ambush, I mentioned in the beginning that Ambush and Garrote were almost the same damage. Garrote slightly more, but Ambush gives you the extra combo point. And honestly, in a 2 million damage freaking test, this is only 0.2% of your damage. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. So don't whine about Garrote versus Ambush, please. It's completely irrelevant to this test. But anyway, so that's how it came out for the breakdown on the spells. The skills, really nothing has changed with the rogue at all. The combat rogue, slight buffs. The result slightly higher than it was in the original video. Well, not slightly. It was significantly higher, but not high enough. It's still very underpowered. And these numbers play out in Epic Gear if you look at the logs for combat rogues. Now, assassination rogues, on the other hand, got super buffed. And that's what we're going to look at next in the next video. But for now, combat rogues are still complete crap. Don't make one. If you have a rogue and you love your rogue, go assassination and maybe look at combat in the future if they ever buff it. But for now, combat sucks. So thanks for watching. This is Cromar with TGN. As always, asking you to please rate, please comment, and please subscribe.